Scary Movie 1, good. Scary Movie 2, good. Scary Movie 3, okay. Scary Movie 4, and Scary Movie 5. Ugh, just stop. Okay, guys, do not go see this movie. Just trust me on this. This is terrible. I mean, Scary Movie 4 was bad enough, but this takes that and goes so much deeper. If there was a level below the pits of hell, in the lowest pits of Tartarus, this movie would reside down there. Now, this is a clear example of a movie studio simply cashing in on a name without putting any real effort to resemble anything that the previous, at least in my opinion, the first two films actually achieved. Now, going into a movie like this, there are a couple things you don't expect. You do not expect good acting. You don't expect a good script or dialogue, and you certainly do not expect great performances from whatever cheap celebrities they can get their hands onto. But you would at least expect the movie to be somewhat coherent and have some form of structural direction. And this movie just doesn't have that at all. All it seems to do is take these two main leads, which apparently they had a child, and apparently it kind of follows one of the Paranormal Activity movies, I don't know which one, and throws them into multiple different horror set pieces which have nothing to do with each other, and you're kind of sitting there wondering, why do these characters have to go into this type of scenario in order to solve their problem in scenario 1? And then that takes them to scenario 3, and then we have to make a reference back to scenario 1, and then we have to go back into scenario 4, and we have to go back to scenario 1, and it's just a jumbled mess. Whoever was the screenwriter for this, clearly all he did was make several different scripts, cut them up into little paragraphs, put them in a trash can, jumble them all up, and then pick them one after another and tell the director, okay, this is the order we're going to tell the story. I don't care if it doesn't make sense. Here's your script, here's your actors, you got an hour and a half to make a movie, go. And that is the biggest problem that this movie has, is it has no direction, and it just doesn't get what made the first scary movies work. What made those movies work is that they focused on a central storyline. In terms of one, it was Scream. And it was able to make fun of movie horror cliches and pop culture references which were very popular at the time and incorporate them into the story to the point where it actually was generally funny. If you've seen the movie Haunted House, which came out earlier this year, although it's not nearly as funny as the first two scary movies, it actually gets those type of moments right. And that movie is about 10 times funnier than this. A lot of the jokes that they try to work in here aren't even funny, and the theater I was in was virtually dead the entire time. A couple of us that I was sitting next to, we actually had to force ourselves to make a couple of little, yeah, that's kind of funny, right? Because maybe if we start laughing, people around us will start laughing to make the movie somewhat enjoyable. But it just didn't work. It just puzzles me that the name Scary Movie has now ventured off and become a parody or kind of mirroring what those two directors, I can't even think of their name. Well, what is it? I think it's Jason Friedberg and Aaron Sosa type parody movies. It ventures into trying to copy their style of how to do a parody movie, and even they are smart enough to create a central theme. This is worse than probably most of their movies, and dare I say it, even the movie Hollywood Adolf Hitler himself, Uwe Boll, can't make a movie this bad. And he intentionally makes movies terrible and somehow makes his money back. As you can tell, I'm sure anyone who has a brain cell was smart enough to avoid this movie. I only saw it to just confirm your worst fears that this was a terrible film and that you should avoid it. Just go check out 42, the Jackie Robinson movie, because that is what I will go see tomorrow to cleanse myself of the corruption that is Scary Movie 5. Which is why I'm going to give Scary Movie 5 an F-. Avoid it at all costs, see anything else, and if you like this little movie rant, please like, comment down below, And please subscribe to track with me in my future movie and video game reviews. And like always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.